morning. Thank you for joining us this morning here at Bowling Green Presbyterian Church. I have an old hymn today, Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee, written by Henry Van Dyke in 1907, but the music is by Ludwig van Beethoven, so we'll see if I can do it justice. As I was thinking of what I was going to do for the devotional today, sometimes you just open a book and there it is. That's exactly what happened. And it kind of fits in with what I'm going to talk about. Sunday morning, wife and I were getting ready to watch the service on television. And, I wasn't in the best of moods, and I started grumbling about having to watch church on TV. Then our pastor announced that we were going to do communion, and I thought, man, how are you going to do communion if you're not in a group of people, right? It's going to be me and you with a cracker and some grape juice. Luckily, we had some grape juice. And my wife, she'll put me in my place pretty quick, and she's usually right. And she said, why don't you quit complaining, and maybe you should just start your own church. Maybe you could start your own denomination. So I kind of thought about it for a minute. I said, I'll start my own denomination. We'll call it the Grumblists. So if anybody would like to join me, we're going to start meeting at I don't know what time, but I think we can all relate to that. It's easy to fall into that mindset. And, I'm guilty of negative thinking. It's kind of the way I'm wired. And Sometimes it's hard to stay positive. It takes work to stay positive. And that's what I want to talk about today, is gratitude. And, a long time ago, one of the first things I really learned about how to get away from that negative mindset was to make a gratitude list. And I had a fellow who was kind of coaching me and helping me along. And anytime I got to whining and crying about this, that, and the other, he'd say, Max, write down 10 things that you're grateful for. He said, do it right now on a piece of paper. He'd find a piece of paper and a pencil, and he'd make me write down 10 things that I was grateful for. And I did that. 10 things I was grateful for. I did that today. Number 1, I'm upright. I can walk. I slept in a bed last night. I had work to go to today. I have a family to come home to. I've got a roof over my head. It leaks a little bit, but we're working on it. I'm in reasonably good health. I have a working vehicle. I have several, actually. And number 10, and the most important one, is Jesus loves me. And this I know because the Bible tells me so. There are a lot of people who don't have any of those first 9 things that I listed on my list. Now, I'm not going to guilt everybody, and I'll save that for later. Maybe that'll be a different devotion. But, it's easy to keep our focus on the things that cause us anxiety, cause us to worry. We start projecting about what might happen, and, it just snowballs from there. And we start beating ourselves up, about things that could have happened, should have happened, would have happened if we'd only fill in the blank. Gratitude is a mindset too. Positive thinking. Millions of books been written on it. There's seminars, there's motivational speakers get paid big bucks. It's big business. It's mostly just people searching for happiness. So that brings me to the verse that I'm going to read to you. It's from Philippians. It's chapter 4, verses 11, not all of verse 11, but 11 to 13. I have learned to be content, whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do everything through Him who gives me strength. Now, not many people can say that. Can you say that? Think about it. I'm not there either. But I do have days when I'm pretty darn content. I do. And then there are days when I need to. And those are the days when I grow closer to Him who gives me strength. Thanks be to God.